Good morning. Today we are going to start exercise 19E of a straight line. 19E of a straight line. In this exercise, the type 1 question we are going to see is to calculate the distance of a point from a line. This is the type 1 question. Here we will get two type of question in this exercise. So this is type 1, where we will be calculating the distance of a point from a line. Distance of a point from a line. Now, when we say we are calculating the distance of a point from a line, that means we are going to calculate the perpendicular distance of the point from the line. Is this very clear? So, to calculate the distance, to calculate the perpendicular distance of the point from a line, we can use this formula, right? This is the perpendicular distance, right? And then this is the absolute value of the ax1 plus by1 plus c, right? Divided by root over a square plus b square. This will be the formula that we are going to use for calculating the perpendicular distance of the point from the line. Now here we will try to understand is when you are asked to calculate the perpendicular distance of a point from the line, we will get two information. We will be given two information. To calculate the perpendicular distance, we will get two information. Number one, we will be given the equation of a line, right? We will be given equation of a line. So that is the one thing. Another thing is you will also get the coordinate of the point whose distance is going to be calculated from the line. So we will have two information in this question. One is the equation of the line, another is the coordinate of the point. So how can we use these two things? In the numerator you can see we have absolute value of ax1 plus by1 plus c is it, right? Now, you know that the linear equation in the general form is ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, right? So, in that equation, we are going to substitute the value of x and y. So, for x and y, we can use the coordinate of the point. Here I have written, substitute the coordinate of point in the equation. Clear? This is for the numerator part. Substitute the coordinate of point in the equation. So, in the numerator, we will put the value of x, the coordinate of the point in the given equation, and the denominator will be square root of a square plus b square, where a is the coefficient of x and b is the coefficient of y. So we can take the coefficient of x and y, and we can have the sum of their square under root. Clear? So this is the formula to be used for calculating the perpendicular distance of the point from the line. Is this very clear? So, with this, we would like to see the question number 1. Look at question number 1. Question number 1 is find the distance of the point P from the line in the following cases. So, here we have two questions, right? So, let us see one by one. First of all, we will see part 1, solution of A. Is this okay? Here we have the coordinate of the point as 4, 2. This is the coordinate of the point, and the equation we have is 5x minus 12y minus 9 is equal to 0. This is the general equation. This is the equation in the general form, and this is the coordinate of the point. Now we are going to calculate. We are asked to calculate the perpendicular distance of this point from the line. Clear? So we are going to use this formula. You can see how we are going to use it. D is equal to absolute value. Now take this equation. Take the left hand side, right? And for this x and y, we can put the value of x and y here. So it will be 5, and value of x is 4 into 4 minus 12 into y is 2 minus 9 divided by root over coefficient of x is 5 square and coefficient of y is minus 12 square, right? So this will be 5 4s are 20 minus 24 minus 9 absolute value divided by square of 5 is 25, square of minus 12, this will become positive, this is 144 root over. Now you can simplify, this is 33 and then this is 20, so minus 13 mode of minus 13 and divided by root over 169. Is this very clear? Now, the benefit of this absolute value sign. The meaning of this absolute value sign is when you remove this absolute value, the number will come out signless. We have discussed this before also. So this is thus 13, and the square root of 169 is also 13. So this is equal to 1. That means this point is at a perpendicular distance of 1 unit from the given line. Is it all right? Now, let us see part B of this question. B part, right? Here we have the coordinate of point as 0, 0, and the equation of the line is h into x plus k, x plus h, x plus h plus k into y plus k is equal to 0. So this is your equation. Is it okay? Now we have to find out the perpendicular distance of this point from the given line. Now in this question, here you can compare these two equations. You will know that in this case it was in the simplified form, right? You had clear x at one place and y at one place, but in this case it is not very clear. Am I very clear? So that's why first of all we need to rectify this equation. So we are going to simplify this equation so that we can have this also in the general form, same like this. So let us simplify. Hx plus h square ky plus k square is equal to 0. Now we can write here hx plus ky plus h square and plus k square is equal to 0. Now finally you have your equation in the general form. Is it okay? Now we can use this formula and find out the perpendicular distance. So perpendicular distance d will be equal to root of. Now this is the equation. So here for this x we will put 0. H into 0 plus k into 0 and then h square plus k square and then denominator. The coefficient of x is h and then square. Coefficient of y is k, so k square. Alright, so finally this is 0, this is 0. You are left with only h square plus k square. Remove it, it's already positive, so it will remain as it is, h square plus k square divided by root over h square plus k square. Right, we can simplify. This numerator we can write it as root over h square plus k square whole square. Can we do this? Because square and square root will cancel, so it will remain as it is only. And therefore, denominator is h square plus k square root over. Now this way we are able to simplify. So this is done and your final answer is root over h square plus k square. This is your answer. Now we are moving on to question number 2. Question number 2 is calculate the length of the perpendicular from 70 point to the straight line 5x plus 12y minus 9 is equal to 0 and show that it is twice the length of the perpendicular from another point to 1. So in this question we can see here we are asked to calculate the distance of two different points from a given line, and then we are asked to prove that the distance of the second point from the line is 2 times more than the distance of the first point from the line. So let us see how can we calculate this. This is question number 2 solution. Okay, first of all let us calculate the first distance and we will name this as d1. So d1 will be in the formula 5 into 7 plus 12 into 0 minus 9 divided by 5 square plus 12 square. Now 35 plus 0 minus 9 absolute value divided by 25 plus 144. 35 minus 9 is 26, and then this is root over 169. Now remove the absolute value sign, it will remain signless, 26, and this will become 13. So simplify, answer is coming 2. That means the distance of the first point from the given line is 2 units. Now find out another distance, d2. d2 we can find out 5 times 2 plus 12 times 1 minus 9 divided by 5 square plus 12 square is equal to 5 2 is 10 plus 12 minus 9 absolute value divided by, this will become 169. Already we have calculated before, so we know it. 22 minus 9 is 13. This is 13, and this is divided by 13 is equal to 1. Now you can see here the distance of the first point from the line is 2, and the distance of the second point from the line is 1. So we can easily say that this distance is 2 times more than this distance. Is it okay? So we can say, since d1 is 2 times the d2, right? Therefore, it is proved. We can simply say this is proved. Now we are moving on to question number 3. Question number 3. What the question number 3 says is, the point A, B and C are the vertices of a triangle. Point A, B and C are the vertices of a triangle, right? Find the length of the perpendicular from A to BC and hence the area of triangle ABC. Is it okay? So let us try to understand this question. First of all, let us draw the diagram for the solution. We are given a triangle. We are given the coordinate of the triangle, that is why we are drawing the triangle. This is A, this is B, this is C. Because when the diagram is in front, then we are able to easily understand the question. Now here we have the coordinate of all the 3 points. So the coordinate of A is 0, 0. Coordinate of B is 1, 7. And coordinate of C is 5, 1. 5, 1. Now, the first question is, we have to find out the perpendicular distance of the point A from BC. That means we are asked to calculate the perpendicular distance of A from BC, that is this distance. So let us name this point as D. So the question is to find the length of AD. Now, in the first 2 questions you have seen that what are the informations required to calculate the perpendicular distance. Now, for calculating the perpendicular distance, you require the equation and then you require the coordinate of the point. Okay. So now for this point, you are given the coordinate. Fine. But now you have to find out the perpendicular distance of A from BC. So we also needed the equation of BC, which is missing. Am I very clear? So to find this perpendicular distance, the first thing that we are going to do is we are going to calculate the equation of BC. Because once we have the equation of BC, then we can use this equation and then the coordinate of A, and easily we can find out the perpendicular distance. So we are going to first of all write down the equation of BC. So we are going to write the equation of BC. Equation of BC. And this equation of BC we will calculate by using the 2-point formula. 2-point formula. The 2-point formula is y minus y1 is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1 into x minus x1 this is the 2-point formula, right? I have given you this formula before also for several times. Once again, reminded. Now we can name this, we can assume this as x1, y1. This assumption is very important, like then you will not have any mistake. And this point we will assume as x2, y2. Now we can easily put it in the equation. So y minus y1 is 7 is equal to y2 minus y1, that is 1 minus 7 divided by x2 minus x1, so 5 minus 1 into x minus x1, that is x minus 1. Now simplify, this is y minus 7 as it is equal to 1 minus 7 is minus 6, and this is 5 minus 1 is 4, and then this is x minus 1. Clear? These two can be simplified, so 2 to the 4 and 2 3 is 6. Now this fraction is negative, so minus sign I am going to take with 3, and 2 I am keeping positive, and then do the cross multiplication. So this becomes 2y minus 14 is equal to minus 3 into x, negative 3x, and then positive 3, right? Now bring it all in one side because we want to have this equation in the general form. So 3x will become positive. This is 2y as it is, minus 14, and this 3 also will come to this side, will become negative. So this is minus 17 is equal to 0. So now your equation is ready. Now we are in a position to find out the distance AD. So AD is equal to, now take this equation 3 and put the value of A point, A coordinate, 0 plus 2y, y is also 0, minus 17 absolute value divided by root over 3 square plus 2 square is equal to, this is 0, this is 0, this is only minus root 17, minus 17 divided by root over 3 3s are 9 and 4, 13. This is 13. Am I very clear? Now you can remove this absolute value, saying the number will come out signless. So it becomes 17 over root 13. So this becomes your perpendicular distance AD. Alright. Now the next part of this question is to find the area. Find the area of this triangle. And you know what is the formula for the area of triangle? Area of triangle formula is half of base into height. Half of base into height. This is your base and this is your height. Right? So you need to have the length of BC and you need to have the length of AD. Only then you can find out the area of this triangle. Am I clear? Or otherwise you have to use matrix method. Otherwise you have to use matrix method. So whatever you want to use. If you want to use matrix method, you have to write this all in the column form and then you can calculate the area. Clear? Or you can use the distance of length of AD and length of BC. Am I clear? So I am going to calculate the area of this triangle by calculating the length of BC. AD is already calculated. So BC we will calculate. X2 minus x1, 5 minus 1 whole square plus 1 minus 7 whole square root over. This is 4 square means 16. This is 6 square, right? Minus 6, and then when you square it, it will become positive. So 36. 36. So this comes as equal to 52. Finally, we got the length of BC also. Now we can find out the area of triangle ABC. So area of triangle ABC is equal to half of base BC into AD. Half of BC. BC is root over 52. Right? Into AD. AD is 17 over root 13. Clear? These two are of the same type, so they can be simplified. So 13 ones are 13 and 13 fours are. So root over 4. Right? The question also will be in the radical form. And you know that the square root of 4 is how much? 2. So these 2 and these 2 will be cancelled. Finally, your answer is 17, and this becomes the area of your triangle. So we can write 17 unit square. This is the area of your triangle. Next question is question number 4, right? The fourth question of 4 says length of the altitude. That means in this question we are asked to calculate the length of all the 3 altitude. Length of all the 3 altitude. So this question is going to be very lengthy, but it is very interesting. It's very easy, but it is too lengthy. So such kind of questions will not come in the exam, but it's good to learn how to calculate the length of altitude by using the same formula. Clear? So here the question we have is, find the length of the altitude of the triangle whose sides are given. So in this question we are given the name of the equations of the sides of the triangle, and then the question is to find the length of the altitude. So you know that it is a triangle and then there will be 3 altitudes. So I will demonstrate calculating the length of one altitude, and then the other 2 altitude will be your assignment. So let us begin this question. Question number 4. Let me draw the triangle first of all. This is your triangle. Then we can name the vertices as A, B, and C. Now we are given the 3 equations. We are given the name of the 3 sides. So we are going to write the name of the 3 sides. So suppose AB is 3x minus 4y plus 5 is equal to 0. This is your first equation. Okay, 5 is given on the right hand side. 5 is given on the right hand side is equal to 5. This is your name of the side AB. Then AC is 4x plus 3y is equal to 5. Clear? And the third side is x plus y is equal to 1. Now this is your question. Clear? This is your diagram. Now we have to find the length of all the 3 altitude. So let me show you the first altitude which we are going to calculate is from A on side BC. So this is the altitude which we are going to calculate, whose length we are going to calculate. So name this point as a D. I'm going to show you the calculation of the altitude AD. Clear? So let us see now. To calculate the length of altitude means we are going to find out the perpendicular distance of A from BC. In the previous question also I told you what is the requirement, what do we need in order to find the perpendicular distance. For finding the perpendicular distance of a point from a line, we need the equation of the line and we need the coordinate of the point. Am I clear? So here, if you are going to calculate the length of altitude AD, you need to have the name of the BC. You need to have the equation for BC, which is given. And we need the coordinate of the point A. So that point is missing. Is it all right? So first of all, we need to have the coordinate of A. Only then we can find out the perpendicular AD or altitude AD. So what we can do is to find this coordinate A, we can use these 2 equations, because this point A is the point of intersection of AB and AC side. So when I solve this equation algebraically by elimination method, this will give us the coordinate of point of intersection, that is the coordinate of point A. Am I very clear? So we are going to solve this 2 equation algebraically by elimination method. So the first equation is 3x minus 4y is equal to 5. Another equation is 4x plus 3y is equal to 5. This is equation number 1 and this is equation number 2. Now we have these 2 equations. We can select one of the coefficient to make the value same. So we are selecting the coefficient of y. LCM of these 2 y will be 12. That means this will be multiplied by 3 and this is going to be multiplied by 4. So this equation number 1 will reduce to 3 3 is 9x minus 12y is equal to 15. And now this equation with 4. So 4 4 is 16, x plus 12y and is equal to 20. Now we can simplify. By adding these two, it gets eliminated. This is 25x and this becomes 35. Am I very clear? So the coordinate of x will come now. X will be, the value of x will be 35 divided by 25. So it is equal to 7 over 5. This becomes the x value of your point A. So this is 7 over 5. Is this okay? Now we are going to calculate the value of y by putting this in equation number 1. So putting value of x in equation 1. Let us put it 3 into 7 over 5 minus 4y is equal to 5. This implies 4y I can take to the other side is equal to 3 7s are 21 over 5 minus 5. Because 5 is taken to the left side, so it becomes negative. So this becomes 21 minus 25 over 5. This is minus 4 over 5, right? Now from here we can take this 4 to that side, or maybe we can simplify this 4 4, and therefore your x is equal to minus 1 over 5. So this is y. Y is equal to minus 1 over 5. So you got the value of now y also. So finally we are now equipped. We have the coordinate of point A and we have the name of this equation AC, BC. Therefore we can find the length of AD. Now calculating AD using the formula. Take this equation, absolute value, right? For x, what can we use? 7 over 5, right? Then for y, what we can use is minus 1 over 5. Minus 1 over 5. And this, in this equation, this 1 will come to the left hand side, so it will become minus 1. Is it alright? Now root over 1 square plus 1 square. Alright? So now this will be numerator 7 minus 1 minus 5. And over 5 divided by root over 2. Is this very clear? So this will become 7 minus 1 minus 5 minus 6. So 7 minus 6 is 1. So and then we can remove the absolute value sign. So this becomes 1 over 5 and this is root over 2. Now finally we simplify. 1 over 5 into this number will go upside down, root 2 will go upside down, so it will become 1 over root 2. Is this very clear? So this is your 5 root 2. 1 over 5 root 2. This becomes the length of your AD. Now, but the problem here is that this is an irrational number, so we need to rationalize. And for rationalization, we can multiply the numerator and denominator by the same radical number, root 2, and then numerator also will be multiplied by root 2. So this becomes numerator root 2 and denominator will become root 2 into root 2, only 2, and with that 2 you multiply 5, it becomes 10. So this is the length of your altitude AD. So this much work you have to do for calculating one altitude. So I completed for one altitude. For the other two altitude, you have to calculate by yourself. Now another altitude one we can have is this one, right? Say this is E, right? So you need to have the coordinate of this point by solving these two equations. And then third one is this altitude, clear? So you can, this is the equation of your this line, and to find the coordinate of this point, you can use this equation and then this equation. Is this okay? So the same work you are going to do for two more time for two more altitude, and that's how this question will end. Now we are moving on to question number 5. This is the last question for the day, right? This question number 5, we are given a relation. We have to prove that this relation is true. And the condition for this relation is P is the perpendicular distance of the origin from the line whose intercepts on the axis are A and B. Clear? So let us try to understand first of all this question. We have the coordinate. This is x coordinate and this is y coordinate. There is a line which cuts the x-axis and y-axis at a point. This line cuts the x-axis at A and y-axis at B, right? And then the perpendicular distance of the origin from the line is P. For this situation, we are asked to prove the given statement. Prove that the given statement is true. Is this very clear? So we can use the same formula, right? We need to have the equation of the line and we need to have the coordinate of the point. We need to have the equation of the line. So and then coordinate of the point. So coordinate of the point, this point is origin. So we know that the coordinate of this point will be 0, 0. Now we need to have this equation of the line. Now this line, because it cuts the x-axis and y-axis at 2 points, so we can have this equation, we can have the equation of this line in the x and y intercept form. X and y intercept form. So the intercept form of the given line is what? X over A plus y over B is equal to P. Right? This is the formula. Is this okay? It used to be equal to 1. In the formula, it used to be equal to 1. And this one is the perpendicular distance of the line. Clear? So now this is the equation of this line, and the coordinate is given. We can find the perpendicular distance and we can prove that the given statement is true. So you know the formula D. D is the perpendicular distance, and the perpendicular distance is given as equal to P is equal to absolute value, right, of x. X is given 0. 0 over A plus 0 over B, and this one will come to left hand side, so it will become minus 1. Then root over. Coefficient of x is 1 over A square. Coefficient of y is 1 over B and then square. Clear? Now this is 0, this is 0. You are only left with minus 1. So when you remove this radical absolute value sign, it will come as 1 over root over 1 over A square plus 1 over B square. So your P is equal to this much. Clear? Now let us do the cross multiplication. Looking at the result, we have to match with the result. Okay. So when you do the cross multiplication, what we are going to do is we are going to exchange the position. We will take this to the left hand side and this we will bring to the right hand side. So it becomes root over 1 over A square plus 1 over B square is equal to 1 over P. Clear? 1 over P. Now keeping this result in your mind, what we can do so that we can have that same result is we should try to remove the radical sign. So we can do it by squaring both the sides. Squaring both the sides. So root over 1 over A square plus 1 over B square and then square of this is equal to 1 over P and then square. So finally what it is? It will become this root, this square and this root sign will cancel. So in left hand side you will get 1 over A square plus 1 over B square, and right hand side will become 1 over P square. Now this is your result. Is it very clear? So this way we verified the statement. The statement is true. With this we are ending. Thank you so much for watching the video. Enjoy learning maths. Take care and stay safe.